Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to Travel Quest Network's Weekly Chatter Live. I am one of your hosts, Joshua Harrell, and
Hey, I'm Jason Block. Hey everybody. Happy Friday.
happy Friday.
How you doing, sir?
I am doing very well. I am so happy it's Friday. I am so happy to be here. I said it maybe, can I say hundreds of times? Maybe. I don't know if it's hundreds of times yet. This is my favorite part of the week, is to do this. And of course, oh Lord, we've got new sound effects. Evan is
Going to town.
He went to
Hey, buckle
Nashville a couple of weeks ago, and now we got a yeehaw. So, all right. Anyway, welcome to the show. If you are new, welcome, welcome. This is where Travel Quest Network, America's best host agency, or the universe's best host agency. There you go. This is where we get together, and if you are joining us live, we get to have a good time together live, or you can, of course, watch it on demand or listen on our podcast. But you know what? The chatter part of this is all happening in our members-only Facebook group. So occasionally throughout the show, we're going to go over to the chat and see what's been going on. And we love some wins, some challenges. Bill maybe will join us with a national holiday of some type.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, I like the fact that he has made himself a part of the show.
You know, if you bring good stuff, that can happen.
Yeah, but you, as you were, just while we were in Countdown, you said that Cynthia from Birmingham.
Back in the saddle. Number one, first in this week.
First in.
that brought a smile to my face.
Yes. So if you don't know, Cynthia has been a part of our audience now for a couple of years, and for the most part, she's the first one in to say hello. And so ever since you challenged her, other people have beat her in. So I feel like they're like, I'm gonna beat Cynthia in. So he was very happy, Cynthia, to see that you were the first one in.
Although kudos to Alan, who jumped in number 2, but from an airplane. So that deserves something, right? That's pretty cool. Evan, what do you got for that? You got some fancy sound for an airplane?
Just let him figure out where he's going to work it in. It's a little Doctor Who. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. So that's where the chatter is going to be happening. We will obviously be talking to our members in the members-only Facebook group.
Absolutely.
We've got news. We've got updates. We've got just general fun. We have our Tyler Rose, Miss Velma Tollison. She'll be joining us midway through to talk about sales for the last week. And then Erica Scanelli is going to be joining us after that to talk about upcoming events that you should be aware of. And we've got lots going on next week. Kind of, it was like a little quiet last week or this week.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh my gosh, we've got so much going on. So,
buckle up.
Buckle up. Yeah. So, do you want to go over to the chat, see what's going on?
Sure, we got lots of wins that I'm seeing already.
Well, wait a minute. You said Alan was on a plane, and he was coming back. Alan was coming back from
the Disney AEP program.
Disneyland, though.
Disneyland, yes.
Disneyland. So AEP is, I don't know what it stands for. It's something education. I know the E stands for education.
Solid.
But they're very limited. They don't give those out to everybody, and Disneyland in particular is one. I mean, Disney World, lots going on there. Right. But I'm excited to hear about his experience at Disneyland.
Yeah.
I actually think, if I remember correctly, this is the first time he's been to Disneyland. I mean, huge Disney fan, but first time at Disneyland. And for some reason, I'm thinking he was supposed to go with his wife, like another time. And then this opportunity came up, and he was like, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it without you. Alan, if that is wrong, let's just go with that story, because that's what I would do. So, anyway.
We got a win from Hannah. Says she's stepping up her social media engagement after the first workshop with Erica Scanelli, which she said was great. and she just got home from a new client meeting about a trip to Japan in 2024.
Okay, Hannah, I want to know, have you been to Japan? Is Japan your thing? Because that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
That's a big trip. That's a big trip.
We got Anna coming in with her. She has a client on Sunday that they're meeting to plan an Alaska trip for 10 or more, which will be her largest trip yet. That's exciting.
That's very exciting. Where are you meeting? Are you doing like a coffee shop, IHOP? What are you doing? I want to know. Because Hannah said she just got back from a meeting. I want to know where these guys are meeting.
Yeah.
Like, where's the best place to close a deal? Oh, and sorry.
That is a good question. Where is the best place?
I just want to point out, before anybody else does, that our cards are upside down. Evan.
Stephanie Boyle, her daughter, is graduating tonight. That's exciting. That's very exciting. Let's see. We got a bunch of Happy Fridays. Lauren, finally a super agent.
All right.
Woohoo.
Fantastic.
And
if you don't know what super agent is, it is within the agent profiler lead generation system on travelleaders.com. If you complete certain components of create certain components of content, which is just good content marketing, good for your website, but also good for taking up space on travelleaders.com, you automatically get a super agent badge, which when they refresh the look of travelleaders.com, they made that badge right up there by your profile picture.
Yep.
So yeah, you look like super person.
That's right. So we have some votes for a coffee shop. One was Hannah says, a local smoothie place.
Well, a smoothie takes a little bit. It's kind of like coffee, unless you're doing if somebody orders espresso when you meet them for coffee, that should tell you something.
What does that tell you?
That tells you that they don't want to stay there very long.
Oh, really?
You do an espresso.
What if they just like espresso?
Well, I mean, if they're going to stay and have a conversation, then they need to do a lot more espresso.
Huh.
I mean, I think you need to nurse.
There's so much of my life that I need to really rethink now, Joshua.
Well, you know what? You did throw me off because so I do like an espresso.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we moved into this office and you ordered an espresso machine, and I was like, oh, there are others like me? But no, it's just him, because no one else takes part in the espresso machine. But you actually, I said, who would ever have a decaf espresso? And you were like,
I would.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You did. One day you said you did 2 regulars and 1 decaf. Yeah. I was like, well, I do the espresso for the energy. So anyway, but no, I mean, I'm not going to judge anybody if they.
Well, sometimes you want that, like, early afternoon espresso, but you've already had enough caffeine for the day, so it's a good time. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, let's see. Christina booked her first Virgin Voyages cruise. That's exciting. And she spent the whole day grading her kids' homework for homeschool.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if you're just like grading your kids, is that your phone?
My phone is just buzzing, and
okay.
Yes, I don't. Yes. And Lisa Hodrick. She has 2 new groups for 24, a 50th birthday group and a wedding cruise group. So that's pretty exciting.
We just saw Lisa recently.
I know somebody has some challenges, so let's hear some challenges too.
Okay, gotta have some balance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anything going on cool with you this week?
Oh, I thought you were going into challenges.
Well, there aren't any yet.
Oh, I'm...
They're not that fast.
No, I thought you were like you were going through all the wins and then gonna go up to the challenges.
No. But we do have another win from Teresa, who she set up an Ama Waterways Christmas Market River Cruise group for 24.
For 24.
For 2024.
That is fantastic.
That is.
Yeah, girl.
So cool. That's like the one river cruise that I want to do most. Is one of the Christmas market cruises.
So, I am curious. Who was it that did it?
Teresa.
Teresa. So I'm curious, Teresa, do you have names on all of the cabins, or did you take out the space? I mean, tell me about this group. Because these Christmas markets fill up.
We want deets.
Yeah, I know. Like, don't give us little like, oh, I sold 1,000 cabins. I want to know why, right? But the Christmas markets, something like you said, you love river cruising, and I remember talking to Gary Murphy from AMA, and we were supposed to be talking about something else, and he started talking about Christmas markets, and I was like, that sounds like the most magical time of the year. Like, why would I do anything else? But you have to make sure you get space. But if you can do group space, and take advantage of the tour conductor credit, I mean, that's fantastic. So something I did find out, switching brands, Avalon Waterways. I don't know if it's a secret, but I know that they added an extra sailing this year for the Christmas markets just recently.
Nice.
And there is space on it. So definitely take advantage of that. Yeah. I could give you the dates if you wanted to just go.
And I have at least one other partner in crime. Molly is seconding my decaf afternoon espresso. Thank you, Molly. I feel vindicated.
Which Molly? Is it our...
Okay. Williams.
I mean... I don't just need warm, bitter liquid. I mean, I need energy. Like, that's what I need.
Well, then you don't need a decaf. But if you've already been energied out, then,
I just don't know what that's like. I can actually drink a coffee and go to bed. So,
seriously?
Yeah.
No,
like, that's the best sleep I'll ever have. Yeah! Anyway, that's a lot.
Teresa has 3 cabins on the Christmas River Market cruise.
Fantastic.
So far.
Yeah, so far. Keep it going. So I'm going to just hit a couple of things.
Do it.
So, since Evan, who's behind the camera, and when we're teasing him about sound effects and printing the cards backwards, it's because he cares, and that just makes me want to egg him on a little bit more. Now, he does a fantastic job, but he is our content manager, so he's been working on quite a few things recently. But one of the things you'll notice is that he has been posting, over the last couple of weeks, posting blogs to travelquestnetwork.com/blog. And he just put up another article about 5 steps to establish yourself as a travel agent, really kind of marketing yourself, activating your personal network. And just keep an eye out for a blog every week. Not everyone is going to be super technical. He's going to keep the variety going. But we really want to thought provoke or provoke thoughts. I don't know. Anyway, please keep an eye out for that. Also, if you are participating in Email Plus, our email marketing system that is free to our members. So if you have not taken advantage of it, please go to WorldVia Pro, Grow, and then you'll see Email Plus, and you can learn all about that. Sign up for it. But each month, we have 3 free newsletters. Can I say 3 free newsletters?
Maybe you can.
Yes. And the thing is these are very, very well written, and they're general, so everybody can use them. You can use them as is. You can take the topic and add a little flair. Like, I feel like I could take whatever, maybe 800 words in an email. I could probably triple that with some little anecdotes, just to kind of add my little personal touch to it. But you've got them. We try to keep them over 3 different categories: world traveler, which that should be pretty obvious. They're traveling the world. The luxe traveler.
Ooh, I know you like luxury.
I am dripping in diamonds. And then closer to home travel. We try to keep those 3 themes, and then it's the last Friday of every month is when those go live. So they're ready for you to pick up right now in Email Plus. Go to Campaigns and Shared, and you can grab those new ones. And then if you haven't used any of the other ones before, you can grab those, because for the most part they are evergreen. But take advantage of it. There's no reason why you couldn't have a newsletter go out every single month. Right.
And some people, just to stop you on that second, some people, how many times have we heard from folks, oh, I want to send a newsletter, but I only have like 10 subscribers. I've heard that a lot. And
there's 10 people that want to hear from you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you can't get to 11 to get to 10.
Right.
So let's start there and keep it going.
Yeah.
So don't let that stop you if that's you.
Don't let it stop you. And, you know, if you use our newsletters, that's a way to get started. Mm-hmm. And then you'll find, it always happens, you'll find, even with 10 people, you'll find that one person in that list said, oh, I was just thinking about you. Has nothing to do with the newsletter. You just happen to come to mind because of the newsletter coming through. Right. And then they talk to you about something completely different, or they just reply back, especially if you're more of a personal brand. Right. So start with 10, because those are 10 people that want to hear from you. Now, if you just added all your family and friends to it, I mean... But 10 is a great place to start, and then you get to see if they share it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, when you do an email, and why are my hands doing this? Like, it really got, can I get an email out there? Yes. But when you do an email and you find out that somebody forwarded it, that is the coolest. You're walking on sunshine at that moment.
That's where the gold is.
That is where the gold is.
Yep.
All right, so a couple other things I wanted to mention is, so our Velma, who will be joining us in a little bit, she started her Conversations show recently. So we are, because of the holiday next week, we are going to miss next Monday, but it will return. They are on Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern, so June 5th, after the holiday. You'll be able to tune in and watch the next Conversations with Velma. And I mean, we adore Velma.
Yeah, girl.
But the members who she's talking to are sharing things that they've learned, talking about different things, and just having a good time.
Uh-huh.
Do you have I feel like you're happy about something that somebody said.
No, we're just seeing props. Apparently some people think Evan is awesome. Don't say that.
Apparently.
It'll get to his head. We have to bring those.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Those kudos down.
He's a bit of all right. That's it. No, just kidding. Very happy. Okay, but you're gonna do that horn sound, and I'm gonna. Let me get you on that one. All right, and with the Conversations, with most of our content and programming, you are able to watch it after it airs on WorldVia Pro. So definitely check that out. And as a reminder, our offices will be closed on Monday for Memorial Day. So look for network news in your inbox on Tuesday. And I want to take this moment to just say, if you go through your inbox and on Mondays, now next week it will be on Tuesday, at around 3 Eastern, if you do not have the network news, that means that we probably don't have the best email address for you on file. So Can you please live chat, go to WorldVia Pro and live chat and make sure that we have your primary email address correct, because that does happen. So network news goes out every Monday at 3, except for next week.
And chock full of good stuff.
Chock full. Isn't that the name of coffee?
Chock full of nuts, yeah. Some old coffee brand.
So I went to Nashville
again. It's a very
again.
bad coffee brand name, if you ask me, but.
Well, it's chock full of flavor.
Yeah, but.
I don't know. Back in the day, like, they just named things like Brill Cream. There was something called Prel to wash your hair with. Yeah. I don't know. But so I went to Nashville again.
Yeah.
And
couldn't get enough.
I couldn't get enough. I had a pair of boots that didn't arrive in time for when we went to the Edge conference.
Oh, well.
So I was able to wear them around so it looks like they weren't brand new. And I was sat next to somebody on the plane coming back, and she was telling me about sitting in first class. And I said, oh gosh, when you get to sit in first class, I mean, it's just so great. You sit down in first class and you don't even think about anybody else. Like, you don't even see. It's like you've got the shade going, right? Do you know what she said she liked most about being in first class?
No.
Warm nuts.
What?
Yeah. That was the most exciting thing. Warm nuts. So I don't know. There's so many things that I like about sitting in first class, but warm nuts.
Different strokes for different folks.
Right.
Right?
She said when I first sat.
She's a warm nut.
She said her name is Roxanne. So hey Roxanne, if you're watching, but she said when she sat down, they said, "Would you like some warm nuts?" And she said, "Yes, keep it coming." She was so excited about that. I mean, they're nice, but I'm not like. I don't know.
Go.
I don't know if I'd upgrade just for warm nuts.
No.
Okay.
I would not.
No.
The hard-hitting news here at Weekly Chatter.
It is. What's going on in the chat?
You know, it's a little bit of a slow holiday weekend here. Not as active on the chat as most weeks, I would say.
Why is that,
Apparently
guys?
no one has any challenges with anything. Everything is perfect.
Oh, you know what? Hey.
Terry says, Brill cream, a little dab will do you.
Yep.
There you go.
Bro cream. That I thought you can still buy it.
Can you?
Yeah. So I thought I would start doing my hair with it, but
Yeah.
it is it's almost like putting Vaseline in your hair. So that's how those people had that like in the 50s had that shiny look to their hair.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically putting Vaseline in their hair. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So oh. Sorry, there was a little sound effect of my ear at that very moment. So I do want to say that I went to Nashville, and I got to do a Colette tour, and they took me to RCA's Studio B.
Right.
Had you ever heard of this before?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so
Studio
I hadn't heard of it. I just knew it was Music City, and I knew Elvis was there and Taylor Swift. You know, that's kind of the gist,
Right.
the vibe. But I got to tour the studio, and it smells like your grandma's basement. Like it does smell like that because it's been around that long. Like it's a long time, and they probably didn't have air conditioning, whatever. But
So it's all like mildewy and just kind of like...
Yeah, but I mean it's clean. But I mean you got that old smell to it. So she's talking about, the tour guide is talking about all the country music singers that have been singing there since the 50s. And there's a big wall. Elvis recorded 250 songs in this place. Okay? I mean, that's great, right? It wasn't until I found out that Dolly Parton recorded Jolene and I Will Always Love You There.
Wow.
That I lost it. I was rubbing the floor. There's an X on the floor where singers felt like they needed to stand when they sung. It was like the best acoustics.
Okay.
So they told me that's where Dolly stood. So I made the tour guide stop talking and let me stand.
Did you channel your inner
I was
Dolly?
like, huh. I was just like, I was feeling it. And then they let us record a song. It's like it's an Elvis song.
Really?
So everybody was kind of scared to get in front of the mic. So I'm not going to say that I hogged it, but I might have hogged it a little bit. But I'm just saying that was a pretty cool experience to be able to do that kind of a tour, but then leave with a CD of your recording. But how many people?
What'd you guys sing?
Well, it must be a song that's not like copyrighted or whatever, because it was something that nobody knew. And this is, they said, okay, you get to go one run through, and then you're going for it. So there was a couple of times where I had a little wobble, but I wanted to make sure you knew I was on the thing. So at the very end, I go, like that. So I made sure that there was a little something there. But yeah, it was something called like Lucky Charm or something like that. But
So,
anyway.
terrible song.
But they gave you a CD.
Yeah.
Who has a CD player?
I do
Nobody.
not anymore.
Yeah. So
So was it fun?
it was amazing. It was amazing. To know that, I don't know, it kind of brought the history to life, and the fact that you could leave with that souvenir. So fortunately, on the coach back to the hotel, we had been singing on the coach before we got there. and the coach driver tapped me on the shoulder, and she was like, "Do you have Bluetooth, like to play music?"
Yeah.
And I think that's because she wanted me to stop singing. So I said, "No, but do you have a CD player?" And so we played the CD, and everybody got to hear their song. So it was kind of fun. Yeah.
And you were there for the Colette advisory board?
Advisory board, yes. And yeah, I their product is really cool because they do experiences like that, not only in the United States but all around the world. So a lot of FIT, all that customization that people really spend a lot of time on, these guys do. They have the packages, and it's not like, get on the bus and like, oh, Tower of London, this. It's like these, you might get on a tuk-tuk, like, not in Jacksonville, but I'm just saying, they do some really cool things. So anyway, I learned a lot about, and of course I'll share more. But
that's cool.
I found out from our next guest that she loves Colette.
Yes.
So is our Texas Rose ready to join us? Hey, Velma, you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing?
I have a CD player.
On your desk?
Behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send you my CD so you can rock out.
You're in luck, Velma. You get to hear his fantastic rendition of, what was it, Lucky Charm?
Yeah, it was something Lucky Charm. It was a song I'd never heard, but it sounded like an Elvis song. But I also think that, there was a lot of people in the group. I think they probably like sandwiched like real singers on top, because I know I didn't know the melody on a couple of places, and it still sounded good. So I don't know. But anyway, it's good to see you, Velma.
It's good to see you too. This was a great sales week. Lots of revenue, and I'm going to give you the three that number third, second, and first, and then I'm going to give you an interesting fact about this week's revenue.
Okay.
I know that Jason will appreciate this.
Well, and Velma, just to let you know, we double-checked that we have a drum roll for number one, so you will have...
Thank goodness.
Thank
this
goodness.
Is very stressful for me.
Can't work in these conditions.
Yeah, I just can't take it anymore. I'm sure that we have that because of Evan, because, he's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in the third spot, gross sales, $181,500, and the revenue for the week, $12,697.
Nice.
And these were all Royal Caribbean bookings. That was it.
Very nice.
Oh,
Individual bookings or part of a group?
I could not tell, and I ran out of time to try to look it up. It could have been a group. Yeah. Not
Either
sure.
way, very nice. Very nice week.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. In the number 2 spot, 122,383 gross sales, a weekly revenue of 17,707. Now, this was made up of 5 sales, 5 bookings. An American Queen. Oh, here it comes, Joshua. A Hurtigruten.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Scenic River Cruises. And a couple of, I think it was 2, Viking River. So this was great. Great week for this member. Then in the number 1
Wait,
spot.
wait, Velma. I want to make sure. So did I hear you right that it was 185,000 for the third position, and then 122 for the second position?
Yes, you did hear that.
Okay.
And that was 5 bookings. So they worked less and made more money. That's how that happens when you sell the certain vendors, certain suppliers.
Yeah,
WorldVia.
I was like, did I get this right? Like they sold less in total sales but made more, and I just wanted to make sure I got that right. And you said it was American Queen, Scenic, and Hurtigruten, right?
And Viking River. Two
Okay.
Viking River. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Way to go. Okay. All right. Drum roll, please.
Okay, in the number one spot, gross sales 147,375, weekly revenue 20,446. This was made up of 15 bookings, and 6 of them were cruises. They had 4 Regent and 2 Viking River, and then the rest of them were Rail Europe and some smaller sales. But the cruise bookings were the big sales for this member.
That's fantastic.
I know,
So
I
again, they
know.
sold less in total sales than
Hmm.
our number three position
Yes,
and made more in revenue. That is fantastic.
Sure
yeah,
is.
Yeah, I
yeah.
have to write that down, otherwise I won't. Like, I need to make sure I stay on track with it. So, so that's fantastic. So Velma, one of the things, we've been doing the agent profiler workshops with
Mhm.
Erica, and we've been talking about, with agent profiler, you need to get so many reviews in order to get to super agent.
Mhm.
But I know this is your 32nd anniversary with our company.
Yes.
So you've been selling travel for a while. How
Since I was a baby, I want to put that in there.
Yeah,
Just a toddler.
yeah, she was like she had the fake phone, but she was doing deals, right? And she had the credit card
That's right.
swiper and
Yes.
everything. But what's your advice on, I've got thoughts on it, but what's your advice on how to get reviews from your clients? Whether it's for Agent Profiler or Google or wherever. What's your advice?
Well, there are several things you can do. First of all, as soon as they come back from the trip and you find out that they had a wonderful time, now that you must find that out. Then you ask them for the review and you tell them it's very important. You need to tell your customers how important this is for your business. You ask them. It's like asking for the sale. You ask for the review. Most customers, especially when they've returned from the trip and had a fabulous time, they love you at that point and they want to help. They want to do it for you. And then the second thing is to try to focus on things that you've done that for example, mine was Alaska. I love Alaska.
You
i
do.
had i had my bios had some Alaska trips that I had taken with my personal pictures were on there. That's a very important. And so if you have a customer that you've sent to Alaska, then as soon as they get back, you hit them up and say, you know what, that's one of my specialties. I need you to comment on it. I need your review.
That's
and
awesome.
and if you don't hear from them, you let about a week go by, and then you just contact them again and say, you know what, I didn't see anything, and I never gave up, and I don't think they should either. If the trip went well, if there were any hiccups, then I probably wouldn't go after that.
Well, I like what you said. Like, if you didn't see something, you were persistent, and I always believe that if you say something like, flattery will get you everywhere, right?
Oh yeah,
So help me find more phenomenal clients like you,
yes,
right? And if it is something like Agent Profiler or Google, send them the link. So text it to them if they're a texter, or email. Make it really simple for them to get right to it.
Yeah.
But Alan, who's on a plane watching us, I think it was while we were in Orlando at our road show, he said that he always frames up the request for the review as, I would love for you to review your experience with me. So not necessarily the vacation, because a transfer could go wrong, or something about the hotel could be a little bit off. But if they had a great experience with him, because that's really what the review is about.
Sure.
But if he has found that was a great way to get them to think about, well, I like you, so yes, maybe they didn't clean my room, but I'm not. That's not what I'm not reviewing the hotel. I'm reviewing my experience with Alan.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty cool tip. But I like the persistence. Help me find more great customers like you.
And if they say, "Oh, I just don't know what to say," you have people like that. I know that's kind of foreign to us, but we have people that they're not sure what to say. So you say, "Well, you told me how much you loved that glacier tour. Why don't you mention that, and that I had booked that for you, and that you had a great time on the glacier tour?" Give them a focus for this review.
Oh, I like that. Give them a focus.
Give them a focus.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
Yeah, you can be like, I know you really enjoyed that glacier tour I booked for you. Would you please write a review for your experience with me? I like that. So, well, Velma, as always, it is such a pleasure to chat with you. But you said you had something.
Yeah, which won't take very long. I just wanted, this is really for Jason. Okay. So the weekly revenue was awesome this week.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of members that were very close to all these numbers. And for once, the cruise revenue for the week and the tour revenue were almost identical. Almost identical. Very large numbers, almost identical. But the cruise revenue was 263 bookings. The tour was 620.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there you have it.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, I think that crystallizes the point. If you can seek and find clients who are interested in high-end cruise, river cruise, the profitability on those transactions is quite high, and it takes a lot fewer of them to hit your revenue target. So, yes.
Very cool.
And speaking of that, I see that Michelle has booked her first cabin in her group wine river cruise for 24.
Wow.
Wine or rye?
Wine.
Okay.
That is a great cruise.
Yeah.
Great commission. Yes.
Yeah.
Way to go.
My river cruise posse is growing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think Jason's on a mission to make river cruising the only way.
I'm just gonna call it River Cruise Network. No, we won't.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's
that's great. Exciting for you, Michelle and Velma. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Well, y'all have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to
too.
be cooking a lot of steak, chicken, sausage, and eating outside, and I hope you do too.
Okay, well, yeah, have all the meats. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Velma.
See you soon. All the meats. All the meats.
See, I got to take her. Hannah wants to join the River Cruise posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with. Yes, you're welcome. All are welcome.
Yes. Wow. Okay. I'm so confused by how many different types of meats that Velma is cooking. It's like, that's a lot. Like, don't you just like pick one? Like, we're going to have hamburgers or we're going to have steak.
How many is she cooking? Did I
She
miss
said,
that?
yeah, she said, I'm going to be cooking steaks, chicken, and sausages. That's like a lot in my mind. I bet for like
that's a Texas smorgasbord.
For Thanksgiving, I bet she does like a ham and a turkey.
Or a turducken.
Oh.
You know what a turducken is?
Yeah, it's a duck and a turkey.
A chicken in the duck.
Oh yeah, that's right. A turkey with a duck shoved in,
and then a chicken
and
with
a
duck.
chicken shoved in under there. That sounded appealing the way I said it. So, moving right along, wanted to make sure, guys, if you are not checking the news in network news or in WorldVia Pro, you're missing out because there's been quite a lot of activity recently. So there was a little post about some good news around WinStar. Want to make sure you guys are aware of it. And I'm about to put some really cool news in there about Abercrombie and Kent. Ooh. So just hint for Abercrombie and Kent. I didn't intend to do that, and then it just kind of happened. So please make sure you're checking in there because there is a lot of good news and a lot of updates, and just overall, as our team grows, there's more content going into WorldVia Pro.
Yeah.
And I know before there was always feedback about, make sure those supplier source pages are updated. Well, we are updating them, please. There's some good information in there. So please check that out. Also, I wanted to do a little hit on ASTA Legislative Day on June 20th and 21st. So if you are a member of ASTA, which I highly recommend, great organization, especially a professional organization for us, the American Society of Travel Advisors. Legislative Day, I did my first time last year. I'm going to do it this year along with our Angela. She's going to be there. You get to learn, kind of be a part of the government and the whole process. Like how a bill becomes a law, right? You're on Capitol Hill. So they set up the meetings with your local representatives, senators, and you go in and you talk to them about our agenda, like what will benefit us, and especially states or counties that or cities that are doing things that are not necessarily positive for the travel advisor. They give us advice on how to speak to them, and I don't know, it's a great event. So please, if you are a member of ASTA or you're thinking about it, join ASTA, and please join us at Legislative Day. Angela and I will be there. And
I will too.
You are kidding me. You didn't tell me that. We did not sync calendars.
I'm so sorry.
Donna? Anyway, inside joke there. All right, do we have our... All right, so we have got our next extra special guest coming to us from New Jersey. It's Erica Scanelli.
Hello.
Hey, Eric. We need some like Sopranos music when
weekend.
Erica comes in.
So Erica, while you were doing a nice like hello kind of easygoing, he's like, we should have like Sopranos theme music when Erica's coming in. So I don't know what that means. I didn't watch the show, but I didn't. But
I can't anymore.
But
One of
let
the
me
best
just
opening 5 minutes in television history.
Really?
You always come, Joshua, with the most random shows and songs that I've never heard of, and then you say something like, I've never watched The Sopranos.
Well, I have also never watched The Godfather. Okay?
What?
No, but listen. But I went to an Italian restaurant where they played it while you ate. So, and I was kind of mesmerized by it. I was like, I feel like I should watch this. This looks really interesting. Mm-hmm. And so here I am eating my meats, whatever it is that I'm having, and I look up and there's a horse head in the bed. And I was like, is this appropriate for dinner? Like, I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
It's all part of the ambiance.
What kind of meats were you eating?
I steak and pasta. It was, I don't know. It was lots of meats. But that's not what you're here to talk about, Erica.
The horse meat.
Yeah, it was definitely
No, but I do think we could possibly discuss, if you're not going to do a turducken, you could alternate with a pie cakin.
With a what?
A pie cakin.
What's that?
A pie inside a cake.
Oh, a pie cakin. So it's a pie in a cake.
Is that a thing?
It is.
She's saying it is. But that's not what Erica's here to talk about. Erica, you are here to talk about what everybody needs to know, what's coming up this week, right?
Right. That is correct. I am here for a reason. So, Firstly, I heard Joshua T is Abercrombie and Kent, so I will say no more, except Abercrombie and Kent. Look for information, right? Or am I allowed to say more?
Yeah, no, I'm
Can
teasing.
I say more?
I was teasing
You were
something
teasing
else.
for me.
You're telling everybody what they need to tune into next week, and
That's
yes,
right.
you are right. Yeah, go with that. That's not what I'm.
Okay,
That's
you
not what I'm
scared
teasing.
me when you said teasing because I
Okay,
wrote
sorry.
it down on my piece of paper here.
Sure,
So,
teasing.
teasing. No, that's not what I.
She snorted.
It's Friday before a holiday weekend, guys.
All right, Erica, we don't have 2 hours for the show. You got to tell us what to tune into.
Partner Spotlight is back next week. Woo!
Yes,
The
and
purple
Hannah better be in the
sequins are
chat.
coming out.
Hannah better be in the chat because she said that she wanted Partner Spotlights to come back. So they are back, and our first guest is Greer from Abercrombie and Kent. So it's on Tuesday.
That's right. What a better partner could you have picked to come into the spotlight, join you in the Roswell studio? Right? We're excited. That's a great demonstration of our partnership with such an amazing brand like Abercrombie and Kent. I have to say, if you said, Erica, do you want to go on an Abercrombie and Kent? I would just stop you right there and say yes. Fill in the blank. It doesn't matter where. I need to hear no more. If they said it was an Abercrombie and Kent tour of New Jersey, I would sign up in a heartbeat.
And that is the testimonial. But there's more going on next week. What's up?
But there's more. And there's more. So, Power Talks next week, Aaron at ALGV. So, ALG Vacations is coming in to talk to us, and they are going to spotlight something kind of unique. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to go through the brands and talk about the different places that ALGV can take you, like Hawaii, the Caribbean. And we're going to talk about ALGV's product in Europe, which I am very excited about. I'm not going to lie. I spy on some travel agent forums, and the word on the street is that ALGV is getting very competitive with their Europe product. So I can't wait to talk to Erin more about that.
And I just love Erin. I think she is a phenomenal account manager for us. I mean, she really is. She's passionate about the brands, and she's passionate about working with us. So I cannot wait for your Power Talk with her.
I'm really excited about it. So also continuing next week, the Signal What You Sell series. We are hitting week 2 of 10. And this, guys, if you saw Signal What You Sell at the road shows, we are now picking up with the fresh content starting next week. So this past week was the catch up. Next week, we're moving forward. And for anybody that wasn't able to attend the live workshop or miss the road shows, there is a recording now available on Travel Quest TV on WorldVia Pro. So join us Tuesday at 11 for that. And then also, I don't know if you guys want me to shout out, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it as a big event. The All Call is Wednesday at 4 o'clock. So I hope everybody can join us for the All Call.
Absolutely. No, you definitely mentioned that. Now, the All Call, if you don't know, well, obviously we do have people who are not members of Travel Quest Network who are watching us, sadly. Or, sometimes it's our partners, so it's okay.
Or hi, Mom.
Or my mom, yes. But the All Call is our monthly call, named from Christine Sheeler, one of our members. She won the contest. It's from the All Call when you're on the plane, when they're like, all attendants, get ready for All Call. Anyway, it is when we go through all the news and updates around Travel Quest Network, share news updates, but also maybe even some refreshers on things. So you don't want to miss it. You can join us live with the Q&A, or of course there's the recording available on WorldVia Pro. But that's
so much better live.
It's so much better. Oh, so much better live.
Questions and
Yeah. So you definitely want to join that, and that's where you'll get really a lot of news.
It's chock full. So.
It's chock full, like the coffee.
That's right.
Well, Erica, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the weekend.
Thanks,
Thank
Erica.
you, guys. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care. We need to work on that Italian kind of vibe as they say, like some boots, scoot, and boogie to go over to Tyler and with Velma, and then some Italian music for that with Erica.
Yep. We have a couple more wins and challenges.
Oh, good.
Cynthia, speaking of A&K, is attending a luncheon with them in a couple weeks.
Fantastic.
Rebecca Anderson just signed a new sub-agent. That's exciting.
That is
Fantastic.
fantastic.
I don't know if we have time to really dive into that today, but maybe next week, or let's take a few minutes and let's dive into sub-agents, because it's one of those things that some people don't understand. Like, why would I even think about that, or how would I do that?
Yeah.
So it's I think it's a good topic just to hear different perspectives. But that's exciting. Way to go, Rebecca.
I don't mean to look at you weird, but I feel like that's like,
I feel down like, how dare you?
No, I was just thinking. I mean, it would be great to, but it is a really good topic, and I think it's something that a lot of people would like to know more about, or really think through.
Yeah.
So not only do I think we could talk about it here,
but something more.
But something more.
Okay.
So my mind automatically goes to more. How do you like it? How do you like it? Sorry.
And then I'm happy to say that our Wendy was joined in. She's at the lake. She was late.
Oh.
It's okay, Wendy. We still love you.
Wendy, we adore you.
But she did make it in time for the turducken.
I love that. And the pakakin. So that's fantastic. Well, so Jason, do you have any headlines for us?
Yeah, I got a few. One.
It's like the BBC.
I have a few. One of them right up my alley. And
Okay.
We actually already kind of talked about it today, and that is Alma Waterways, a great partner of ours. They just unveiled their 2024 wine enthusiast itineraries, right? And interestingly, I was at the Atlanta ASTA chapter meeting this week, and a friend of mine, who is a travel advisor, he is also a wine sommelier.
Oh.
And his specialty is pairing wine with travel.
Oh.
And he obviously sells quite a lot of river cruise.
Okay.
And so he was, during the ASTA meeting, he was giving a demonstration on, how you actually rate wine, which I know nothing about.
Okay.
And he gave us a nice little, method to do it. And it was very interesting. It was actually really good. But he was talking about some of the different wine itineraries, and I love river cruises. We've talked about that many, many times. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about some of these wine itineraries. And so and I'll just share a couple of tips that he shared.
Okay.
For those of you who do have clients interested in wine. And this is according to my friend Jeff. The number one river cruise itinerary for wine is one of the Bordeaux itineraries.
Okay.
If the person is just almost solely focused on wine. And it really wants to get into some of the different wine tastings and vineyard tours and those kinds of things. The next one, if they also want to see some other stuff, and I've done the Bordeaux itinerary, there is other stuff to see. Bordeaux itself is a really cool town. You don't go very far on the Bordeaux itinerary. You kind of go a few miles up and down the river either way. And it kind of feels at times like you're going far, but you really, when you look at a map, you're like, wait a minute. We were like across the river the other day. So you just kind of like meander around. But the Rhone and the Saône in the south of France,
Okay.
Near Avignon and Arles, there's a lot, great wine country, but also a lot of historical sites and other things to see. Anyway, so Alma has, those are two solid recommendations for if you have a client who is really interested in a wine itinerary. And there's good wine itineraries all throughout Europe.
Yeah, and make sure you look at some of the voyages available in the group space around AMA because there's definitely some extra earning opportunities depending on what you're booking. So definitely check that out.
So that Rhone and Saône itinerary is one I have not done. So that's like the one that I want to do. I really want to do that in the Christmas market.
So so I'm thinking Diamond Voyage, y'all.
Just thinking you might see that at some point. But AMA has 60 of these wine enthusiast itineraries for 24. So again, you don't have to be a client who is just wine. Like, I'm not really that into wine, but I think it would still be a great itinerary, especially to those kinds of destinations. So that's cool. AMA's doing some cool stuff. Another great partner of ours, Sandals. So when Butch founded Sandals, way back when, Butch Stewart, the first property was in Jamaica, and it was quite a long time ago, right? And he's since passed
forever.
But they have been remodeling the Dunn's River property, and it is finally going to, or has reopened, May 19th. The all-new Sandals Dunn's River is officially open. So that's exciting. Because
that is exciting.
I know our friends at Sandals have been very excited about that. I know many of our members are very passionate about the Sandals product, and tens of thousands of clients are very passionate about it too. So that's exciting to see that property, revitalized and part of their portfolio again. So that's cool.
And I just want to do a plug on Sandals in general. I think they have a phenomenal program with their business development managers around the country. They have said, we had Dr. Funk with us at the Course Summit in Nashville from Sandals, and she said, please reach out to them. They want to take you to coffee. They want to help you build your business. So go online, get their education, and then reach out to your local BDM and start talking, because there's going to be some inspiration there.
Yeah. And frankly, Sandals is one of those suppliers where you can build your entire business around a single supplier. I'm not saying you necessarily should, but we have many members who do just that. Disney's another obvious one. Disney Universal is a very common pairing. But Sandals, we have many very successful members who've built largely their entire business around Sandals.
Yeah, very profitable.
Because it is such a well-known brand and such a diverse portfolio of properties, especially if you add beaches in there with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you like luxury.
I do.
Explora Journeys.
Yes.
Yes, so their new product, we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
And all of our members have an opportunity to, and this would include you too, Joshua, to enjoy a free cruise.
Yes.
And this isn't like on a tugboat.
No.
Explora is going to be, or it is pretty high end. So the opportunity to enjoy a free cruise, plus have opportunities for additional savings and future booking bonuses. If we don't have something up in pro about this now, we will soon. But there's many opportunities to not only have a complimentary sailing, but to enjoy savings that you can pass on to your clients.
Yes.
And so they're trying to make a splash into what is a bit of a crowded space at the high end of the market.
Right.
They're trying, kind of like Virgin did. They're trying to carve a spot for themselves, and I think we're all interested to see how it all plays out. But this could be a terrific opportunity for our members.
Yeah. And Kathy Liu is our account manager.
I like Kathy.
Kathy is so much fun. We knew her from Crystal, and she is very, very excited about this. And I know you'll be hearing definitely more from Kathy. She's shouting it from the rooftops.
Yeah. When we sat down with Kathy last, I walked into the conversation kind of and not quite indifferent, but just I didn't know just quite so much about the brand. By the time we were done talking to her, folks, I was ready to say, okay, pack the bag, let's go.
You were going to go.
It sounded like it was for me. So I'm looking forward to that, and good opportunities for everybody. Real quick, Hyatt also rolling out some more education program covering their newly acquired and expanding portfolio of all-inclusive resorts. They're calling it, and I hope I'm saying this right, the Confidant Collective. The Confidant Collective.
Okay.
That is what the Travel Advisor resource is called. But here's the thing that I liked about this.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's got training on their product.
Yeah.
But not only are they in this content, are they highlighting the different brands? They're highlighting the differentiators and the selling points. Like, it's like, let's get to brass tacks. Like, we don't always need a fancy brochure. We don't always need a lot of flowery language, especially if you're a multi-brand supplier. What's the difference between brand X, Y, and Z?
Mm-hmm. What
are the selling points? What's the right client profile? Let's get down to business, right? And so I'm hopeful that training content will kind of get there.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, do we have more time?
No, we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time. So, but I do need to add to the travel wall. This is a llama that I got from my mama, and I didn't know that she went to Peru because I immediately thought of llama and Peru. No, she went to Lake Tahoe, and that's where the llama came from. So if anybody knows why they're selling llamas at Lake Tahoe, please message me. But I am very, very grateful. Thank you, Mama. I'm adding it to the wall. And guys, this weekend, I know we will both be taking a moment to think about all those who have served our nation and passed on and just in great appreciation for everything that they have done for us. So enjoy your time with your family and take a moment to think about all of those who fought for us, that we can have this opportunity to be with you and this llama. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye, everybody.
See you next